Hello, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues. Anda gave a very good insight into the topic of risk management. We're going to have several presentations on that, and she helped us to understand risk management better. And she also helped us understand that risk management actually helps to govern any establishment and helps this establishment to reach its goals. My presentation is going to be on internal audit structural unit of the ministries in risk management, on audit and consultations, on methodology and results of internal audit. Taking into account that the world is very dynamically changing, they reached also Latvia. So state chancellor wanted to modernize the internal control system and the governance. And for that, in 2021, in January, after initiative of the Ministry of Finances, Cabinet of Ministers actually ordered all structural units of ministries horizontally to carry out internal audit or consultations.
Jā, tagad strādā. Paldies, Harald.
Tas nav tāpēc.
Jā, tātad iekšējā audita.
So internal audit structure unit's aim was to apply unified methods as well as professional knowledge on risk management to prepare objective and analytic information and point of view on the existing situation in institutions on risk management, and to come up with suggestions for the top management, thus promoting specific, efficient and beneficial implementation of risk management system and development. And the main tasks were to evaluate the risk management of any given institution, to acknowledge internal and external risks, and to give support to the management of an institution. In order to come up with methodology support to promote common understanding on risk management as well as auditing and consultation approach, Ministry of Finance elaborated guidelines which enclosed also maturity model of risk management. For this method allows to define unified criterion and to characterize existing level of maturity, to establish necessary steps to be taken to achieve the desirable. This model also allows to compare the results of several institutions. This maturity model elaborated by the Ministry of Finances carried with it three components: risk management, risk governance, and risk management processes. And it was done on 5 levels. We, when elaborating this model, took into account OECD, international monetary funds, internal audit institution, as well as international audit companies' suggestions. In this evaluation, we involved institutions themselves. They had to carry out self-evaluation, and they have to establish the maturity level that they think they have, and they have to come up with the goal or with the desired level. Based on this self-evaluation, structural units came out or carried out their own evaluation and gave a report to the management. In total, internal audits and consultations and risk management have been carried out in 111 institutions. And now about the results. I would like to point out that you are the first ones who are going to hear the results. 49% of all those institutions, risk management is on the second level. For 31, it's on the first level, the lowest level. Second level characterizes or says that the top management understands and is in agreement about the necessity of risk management, although the resources are not sufficient. Risks are identified, eliminated, mitigated in the main areas, but with different approaches and irregularly. In institutions, mainly the requirements, the mandatory requirements are being carried out, prescribed by the cabinet regulation. Risk management, internal risk management, is just in the process of elaborated. The communication about risks happen only on rare occasions. Unfortunately, there are no specific training on risk management. Only in some cases, information or analytic information about risk management is being taken into account upon evaluation of results and taking of decisions. The results enclosed also information on impeding factors that that didn't help implementation of risk management system. And now on some factors. The first one, unfortunately, there is no unified and detailed and applicable methodology and regulation on risk management. Non-sufficient understanding on added value of risk management. Even if there is practical knowledge on risk management, unfortunately, there are no enough competencies how to apply those theoretic knowledge in practice. In public administration of Latvia, there are very few success stories of application of risk management and further development. We need leadership from the higher management because there is low motivation to foster implementation of risk management because everyone is afraid that it's going to be very burdensome, not only for the management, but for everyone working in the respective institution. Employees of different levels are afraid or not comfortable to talk about different risks. Oh, I have to say that in risk management, modern technologies and modern technologies are not being used enough. Within consultations, institutions were asked to stipulate the desired level of satisfaction. Here you can see the existing with gray and dark blue where they want to be. 52% of institutions want to achieve third maturity level. This is a golden middle, but 7 institutions have set as priority to reach the 5th and the highest level. I have to say that this movement or climbing up the ladder of maturity should be gradual and taking into account the results of surveyed institutions, we can see that the institutions are planning to achieve this highest level, not next year, but in midterm, which is quite wise. We have to take into account that regarding maturity level number 4 and 5, significant resources are needed, not only for the institution to reach these kinds of levels, but also to be able to maintain the risk management system in that chosen level. From our perspective, in the future, public administration should move forward to overarching and viable risk management system and its implementation. Namely, we would have to reach this golden mean path, the third level at least, meaning that risk management is operating as a stable, thought over system. With this third level, we understand that the top management support, promotes, and manages and supervises it. It is embedded in all functions and structures, clearly identify roles, clarity in expressions, detailed methodology, communication on risks, as Anda already mentioned, happens horizontally and vertically. When taking decisions, management bases its opinion on risk management information. Staff is regularly trained on risk management and topical issues, as well as the system itself is regularly supervised and improved and evaluated. Internal audit for the Ministry of Finances received, we gave suggestions for better governance in public administration. We based them on stated shortcomings during audits, as well as causes for those shortcomings. And one of the main suggestions is the following. One of the first ones, there should be a coordinating institution in public administration, the responsible for creation of risk management system. There should be allocated enough resources in order to achieve the next level of maturity. With external regulation, there should be clearly stipulated specifically adapted requirements for each sector, as well as with those requirements, they should be based on international best practice. Then, based on this regulation, there should be detailed guidelines with practical examples for institutions, for them to be to be able to implement those systems easier. We have to prepare and implement risk management specialized training for all the employees. This program could encompass not only training but also experience exchange, which would be very beneficial for the management of institutions, as well as risk management specialists who would be the managers, the leaders of risk management. And the last, not least, of our suggestions would be we should elaborate and we should maintain interactive database of risk management, which would or which should enclose structured descriptions of risks, including some examples not only of risks but of mitigating and control measures. in the future, we as the Ministry of Finances urge institutions to use this maturity model of risk management, the one that you have already experienced when doing self-evaluation. You should use the same forms to measure the trends of risk development in order to support institutions in the future. According to our initiative, there will be guidelines elaborated for risk management. There would be experts available, experts who have experience in public and private sector. And we foresee that those guidelines will be published and will be available for institutions in the first half of next year. And at the end of my presentation, I would like to say thank you to all the structural units of internal audit in ministries and in their structural units. You accepted our challenge to do this consultation and to evaluate the maturity of your system according to this very challenging model. But you were very fit and very forthcoming. Thank you very much.